What is up, Light Fam? Welcome to another video. My name is David, and in today's video we're going to be discussing how to overcome adversity. Let's get started right now. Okay guys, so when we are discussing how to overcome adversity, the first thing that we got to do is get out of that competitive mindset where it always has to be about winning or losing. Instead, let's turn it into winning or learning. Yes, before you laugh, I know that sounds cliche, but if you really think of each opportunity as more of a learning opportunity, and you can take that lesson to get a better career or take that lesson to get a better relationship. If you don't look at it as a failure or you've lost at something and you look at it more of a learning opportunity, an opportunity to level up, then number one, that takes a lot of the negative charge off of that obstacle that has popped up. You know, a lot of times when something pops up, we start to catastrophize and, we just imagine the worst. And when you just put your foot on the brakes for a second here and think of how you can learn from what has popped up, how can this challenge better you, that immediately takes a lot of the negative charge off of whatever has popped up. And it stops the stress hormone release of cortisol. It stops you from getting into fight or flight, which is a stress response. It's a state of resistance. And when you're in a state of resistance, you're not in a state of allowing, so you can't receive or allow that answer to come into your life. So if we're not looking at it as losing or failure, but we're looking at it as a lesson and we're asking a question, what can I learn from this obstacle? Then a lot of the negative charge and the stress that comes around that obstacle is debunked and it's decharged. And when you're not in a stress state of mind, you're able to kind of look at the situation from a higher vantage point and look down upon the situation because you're in a higher vibration. You're not in the lower vibrational states of the ego, which is going to be fear, lack, scarcity, and you're looking up and thinking that the problem is actually larger than you. So number one, as I say, we look at it as a lesson that's going to decharge things. Now, the second thing that you want to do is ask the question, is it true? So when an obstacle, a challenge, a problem pops up, try to debunk the validity or the seriousness of it and ask, is it true? A lot of times you'll see that when something pops up, your perception of it may be coming from you looking at it through the lens of the ego. Now, the ego is lower vibrational. It's coming from a place of lack, scarcity, fear. Fear is the kryptonite of love, so you don't want to look at things from a limited perspective. The ego is in charge of survival, so again, that's fight or flight. You're in a state of resistance and you're catastrophizing. So ask, is it true? And then you want to try to really internalize the new belief system about what has happened. So ask yourself 5 questions about whether or not it's true. So name 5 things as to why it is not true. And if you're able to come up with 5 valid, legitimate reasons, now, obviously if it's something, life-threatening or serious, but those types of things they don't really pop up as common as what we really blow out of proportion. So when anything pops up, ask 5 questions about whether or not it's true. In other words, give yourself 5 reasons that it's not true. So list 5 reasons why it's not true, and that debunks whether or not there's a problem or an obstacle in the first place. Now, after we have looked at an adversity as an opportunity or a lesson to learn, and then we've given 5 reasons as to why it may not be true, why it's not a problem, why it's not a challenge, why it's not an adversity, the next thing that we can do is dig a little bit deeper. And we can try to ask the question, what vision is trying to be birthed from this new challenge that has come into my life? Or what question is trying to be asked through this new challenge? Would the overcoming of this challenge get me on my life's purpose? Would the overcoming of this challenge get me into a more loving relationship? Would the overcoming of this challenge get me healthier? Would the overcoming of this challenge get me into a more rewarding career? So we got to dig a little bit deeper and understand that that challenge may have come to us as an answer to a question that we may have posed to the universe or our higher self. A question like, what really makes me happy? How can I have a better relationship? How can I have a better career? What's my life purpose? And the answer to those questions show up disguised as a challenge, show up disguised as an obstacle, the overcoming of which gets you to your life's purpose, the better relationship, the better career. You level up your life using that challenge as a stepping stool to get to where you really want so that you can be your greatest version. Now, the next technique that I want to give you guys is you've gone through the process of debunking whether or not it's real. You're looking for the lesson in it. You're asking, is this obstacle a way to level up to what I really want? And now what I want you to do is envision the outcome that you want. Envision that outcome. Really feel all of the emotions that you would feel after it has turned out the way that you want it to turn out. That's going to get you vibrationally in alignment with experiencing the parallel reality where that particular situation has turned out exactly the way that you want it. You become vibrationally aligned with that, and you also get into a state of allowing, a flow state, so you're able to just simply experience it. And now I want you to take it one step further. Ask yourself, how can it be even better than that? And that's what really puts the turbocharge on it, right? So you envision what you want, and just remember, good has no limit. Good can always be better, right? So whenever there's an outcome or you're envisioning an outcome that you want to experience, take it one step further and ask yourself, how can it be even better than that? So you overcome that obstacle, you've envisioned what your life would be like after you overcome that obstacle, and then you say, how could it be even better than that? And even better than that, maybe, fun travel or whatever it happens to be, opening a second restaurant, or just, you can always ask what is better. And then of course better, also, you can also say what is best. Better has no limit, so what is best? So that's how you can really take an adversity and completely turn it around to a new manifestation masterpiece by asking what is better, what is best, and then envisioning the outcome for that. All right, guys. So I hope that this video has given you the insight that you really need to take those challenges, use them as a stepping stool to get to the life that you really want and be your greatest version. All right. If you guys found value in the content, please hit the subscribe button. If you feel that this message resonates with you, please share it. Please share it with anybody that might be going through a tough time and needs to get over some obstacles. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next content. And as always, guys, light, love, and abundance to all that are watching and to all you love. Peace, guys.